Welcome back to Post Smut Clarity. This is a Smut Curious book club with me and my best buddy Nettie, where we get together and we read these smutty romance novels. We learn a little bit, we laugh a little bit, we indulge. Occasionally, we test some new things out, not on each other, but
Not yet. Not yet.
not yet.
Never say never. Never say never.
I feel like that one I could say never to. And honestly, actually, in this book, there's a moment where he talks about feeling his brother, and I'm like, yo,
that one got
no,
yeah.
no,
We'll get into
hard
that
no.
because it was so casual that I was like, yo, you guys got here way fast. So we'll get into that. Oh,
Whew, that was
all right.
yeah.
It was good. It was good. So yeah, today's book is Dangerously Safe, which I actually think the title's very apt. I liked it.
Yeah.
By S.R. Clarke. So thank you, S.R. Clarke. They hit us up on TikTok and were like, hey, do my book. I volunteer as tribute, I think was the exact comment, which I was like, incredible. Yes, absolutely. So thank you for volunteering. Had a great time reading your book. So let's dive in. Let me run into the synopsis. All right. Harper Hayes is an introverted, curvy bookstore owner who's retreated into her quiet life after losing everything she once held dear. She decided love isn't worth the risk. Then three massive men, Ronan, Mac, and Finn McDermott, leaders of the Irish mob in New York, storm into her life and into her bookstore on a mission to protect her at all costs. She's caught between danger and desire. They've been given the task to keep her safe, but soon realize safe might cost them their hearts, their power, everything. This book is part one of a duet that falls into almost a reverse harem category.
So close.
I think a good distinction here. I think we talked about it once before in Pucking Around, but we learned that a reverse harem is technically four people.
Four dudes.
Four dudes, one girl. Reverse harem. So is a traditional harem one dude, four girls, four women? Ah, okay. See, we learned.
How do you not know that?
We listen and we learn. Dude, have you been haremed?
We're like 14 books in, 15 books in. How do you not know
that's true.
a traditional harem?
How do you not know traditional harem? But I haven't read a traditional harem book.
None of these books are traditional harem style. They're all reverse harem style.
So listeners, do you have a smut book written by a woman that is a traditional harem? Please drop in the comments because I'd love to know. And maybe we read that because I've never seen that. And that speaks to fantasy a little bit. Maybe not a fantasy at all. Please let us know, please.
It speaks to a fantastic story.
From the male perspective, it feels like a great story. We're missing something.
It is funny because I've seen it on TikTok now. I browse TikTok a fair bit. And I had just seen it the last couple of days, like multiple posts of a guy that's like, hey, I'm looking for this kind of story, like a male main character and multiple females. So kind of interesting. And I wonder if we are starting to head into this direction of men coming into the romance scene, which is sad, right? Because it's like, this was the reason there was a wall around this beautiful garden, was to stop this exactly, to be like, hey,
get out of here. This isn't for you.
Can I get some, let me get some of this. Can you write some of this for me? All this is great, but
this is good. What if it was about me?
I love all this. All the men and the dicks and, one powerful woman. That's cool. That's cool. Could we
flipped it?
Why don't we flip the script?
Oh my gosh, dude. So to our listeners, we're not saying that. To the listeners out there, we're not saying that. We're listening and we're exploring. We're not saying to write a book for us.
No. Because this is the part of the fun of is being so far out of my comfort zone, your comfort zone. Well, my comfort zone. Oh, this could be actually in your comfort zone.
I'm so comfortable right now. No, it's the I feel so out of my own thinking and out of how I look at relationships, sexuality. I feel so far out of it that I am learning genuinely. And that's what I love about this is I thought it was going to be fun and ha ha he he. But it's way deeper than I expected and genuinely learning.
It is still fun and ha ha he he.
It's definitely fun.
But with this book, I actually did have a moment of wow, I actually am very desensitized. I've come such a long way where I'm like, fun, this is so normal.
I've noticed that outside of reading the smut, I'll come across a sex scene in a movie or someone says something that I might be like, oh, but now I'm like, haha, yeah, that's normal.
No, 100%. I've actually been in casual conversation with other men and they bring up romance novels and they're like, oh my God. And they're very I don't want to say like judgy, but yeah, like reticent, and
they're prudish about it in the funniest way.
Yeah, and I'm like, bro, you need to like get rid of that attitude, take that, crumble it up, throw that shit away, read a little bit, and lean in, and you will. It's a whole new world. I'm like Aladdin. They're my little like. I'm opening their eyes up to a whole new world.
Dude, all my friends are Jasmine, and I'm Aladdin. Just trying to open up this world. But it's so true. Like, this is for the boys. They need to read Smut. They need to read Smut.
Yeah. Put the weird. Let me rephrase it. Put the the judgment or the fear or the unknown away. Read a couple. Don't just stop at one. You got to read a couple, and then you get to this point where you're like, okay, all right, this is cool.
Read more than one, and hit us up first.
Yeah,
we can help you.
Some suggestions.
We can help you guide ease into.
Don't start with Credence. That'll be a rough place to start.
Freak you out for a little bit, but that's a later read. That's a deeper cut.
Yeah.
This book is actually let's dive in a little bit. Like, probably not your first read either.
No,
you go first.
No, definitely not your first read either. I was gonna say so we did a good synopsis with no spoilers. Let's do the rating first.
Oh, the rating first. Yes.
Yeah. So, Dangerously Safe by S.R. Clarke. For the story, I would give it's pretty thin. I would give it probably like a 4.5 to 5, because most of where we focus for the first 3/4 of the book is just in the relationship between Harper and the men, and it's hot and steamy, and I like to appreciate that. But we don't really then get into like moving the story forward meaningfully until the end of the book. And then like there's some good twist to the plot, and there's some good plot and story that comes out where I'm like, I really would have liked this either earlier or a better build to this. So yeah, I would probably sit it around a 5. Enjoyable. I didn't like. We've read books where I'm like, I don't want to get back to reading that. This I didn't feel that at all. I wanted to get back to it. I wanted to keep going with it.
It read smooth. Like, you could keep reading. The story kept going. But I agree. I'd give it like a 4.5, and the 0.5 comes in at the very end. I'm actually excited to read the second book because of how interesting it got towards the end of the book.
Yeah,
like the story picks up really fast, and like it ended, and I was super disappointed. Like, I was doing something. I was listening to the book. I was doing something, and the book's like, and that concludes, Dangerously Safe. And I was like, what? Like, well, bro, like, I almost got the second book like right away. Because like it was getting so good, and I was like, yes, the story's getting awesome. Boom, it ends. So that's the only feedback, is like the world building took a little long. It was steamy, and like all that stuff was great, but like I just want a little more of the story earlier.
There's no time for story when you're just fucking all the time.
When you're just fucking, which is fair. That's what I would pose this question to the audience, which is like, does that not matter? Is the steaminess? Because like, what would you rate the steaminess first? Let's jump into that.
Yeah, that's a good question. There actually were, like I alluded to early on, there was some stuff where I'm like, oh, okay, that's gross.
First sentences, start right into it.
The book instantly is just straight sex scene. Honestly, it's pretty spicy. Like 6.5 to 7, maybe 7.5. Like, we talked about this in the Pen Pal book of like, the spicy rating is tough because it's like there's a freak rating, there's like a sexy rating, there's like a blush rating, there's like you can go so many different directions with this. I do think the author did a good job of being very descriptive in the sex scenes, which Pen Pal didn't do that very much.
Yeah, I'd say Pen Pal almost felt like a movie where like they start having sex and then it kind of like cuts to the end almost. Like
it shows the curtains, and the curtains
like it alluded to the sex more than like it got into the sex, which again, that was more of a narratively enjoyable book, less of a smutty book. Well, this was almost the opposite. Like, it was smutty, and the narrative did pick up. I want to make sure to clarify that. But at the beginning, I was like more about the smut than I was about the story.
Yeah. But I then would also say that it's not Lights Out. What was the other one that we had just read? Oh, Caught Up.
Caught Up.
Also, like with all the voyeur stuff, still wasn't as descriptive or smutty as this. I feel like this book did a really good job of actually like.
I was in the scene.
Yeah. I felt I was in it, and that was like there were elements that where I was like, oh, this is kind of hot. I'm in it.
And I think you described like 3 things, like freak, like blush level. What was the third?
And just
like a number of sex, like
sex, just like
sex. Yeah, like how many times
gratuity.
gratuity. This one blended all three and had it relatively high. Like for me, it was a solid 7 because like I did kind of blush at some scenes. I was kind of like whoa on other scenes, and the sex was like you're in it, and I was like oh wow, this is like you said, like I'm a little sweaty just reading this. So it was I thought you did a good job with the smut parts, and I give it a 7 Scobles.
Beautiful. I agree 100%. 7. And there's a lot of sex also. I guess that's another one, right? It's like how much sex is there in it? How much smut? It's a lot.
And it was peppered in like evenly throughout the book in a great way, in a way that I enjoyed. Because sometimes they're like building and building. You're like, please just get to it. Like we're here for the sex. And
you gonna dance with your hand on my ass, honey? Or are we gonna fuck in the broom closet? Or are you gonna take me and my buddy over here to get Eiffel Towered in the broom closet?
Let's get to it. But yeah, this one was like we said, the first scene right into it.
Yeah.
And aggressive and set the scene pretty well.
Yeah. Okay. So now if you haven't read the book, you don't want spoilers or any of those things, this is where you cut out.
Kick rocks.
Don't want you to leave, but if you don't want those things, then now's the time.
Come back after you read it.
Yeah. So the first sex scene literally is the moment it starts, and it's Ronan, and he is getting his dick sucked by just some random girl. I do feel like there's this element of like it doesn't go anywhere. It doesn't really build his character outside of like Ronan as a sex symbol ish and kind of powerful. But then it ends and then cuts to this like family scene so quickly that I'm like, what happened? Where did the girl go?
She never does. She disappear?
Mom and Dad are here. No,
they do mention it. Or no, it just ends.
No, it just ends.
Here's what my take on it is. It was to show how he traditionally objectifies women. He was like, he kind of talks about it while it's happening. He's like, so many women, they're lucky because of my name. Like I'm McDermott, and like just the name is enough to be with me. Like he's kind of like objectifying this first woman that we don't get her name or anything, just the fact that she was like used for this. And then when he comes back as a character later, that it's a juxtaposition to how he's treating Harper, because he never treats Harper that way, or he kind of tries to, but it doesn't really work, and he falls in love, right? So like I saw it as like a token, like I am traditionally objectifier, and Harper softened his heart.
Yeah, I like that. I like that quite a bit, actually. And that makes a ton of sense. And like, I saw this post on social where it was talking about like the dark romance and like why it was like from this a woman's perspective. And she's like, oh, why do we love these dark romance male main characters? It's like, because they hate and punish the world, but then love the woman. And like, it's that like split of they are doing all these mean, terrible, awful, fucked up things to the world. And then there's this soft, like, love,
it's really soft inside.
Yeah.
I get it too. Like I like this, even from the male perspective. I feel like the power dynamic and then like the softness that has to balance itself out feels great, like as a like concept.
Yeah, that's why you and I are such good friends. Like so evil to the outside world, and this little friendship,
it's tender just and loving. Tender and loving. I like that. We're bad guys, but we're not always bad guys.
I am bad guy, but I am not bad guy.
Yeah, that's what this is where I think the reading of Credence helped this book is we have Ronan and Mac, who are biological brothers, and then Finn, who is like an adopted brother. So they might as well be brothers. They grew up together. Like there's a lot of bonding that happens there. They might as well be brothers. So there's 3 brothers, and they're all, and so just, we already read the synopsis. They're tasked to take care of Harper. They're described as the most beautiful men she's ever seen. Like instantly, here's part of the critique of kind of like the story being a little flat at the beginning, is like the tension of falling in love is kind of not there. It's just like all teed up to fall in love. They're beautiful men, and she's like, these are the most gorgeous men I've ever seen. So I'd like to know from our audience, like, is that just, we don't want to mess around with like building that? But for me, it was lacking the like, I just got rocked out of my life. Like I didn't know I was part of the mob. My parents were part of the mob. I'm the granddaughter of a mob boss, spoiler, to then like, these men are beautiful and I love them. Like it just kind of was like, there should have been more of a tension there.
Well, I
feel like didn't come through.
They also come into her apartment or where she was, like they have keys.
The bookstore.
They unlock the door, the bookstore. Yeah. They come inside and they're like, you're coming with us, and no questions asked. And from the get-go, Harper does talk about this, like, I feel like they're them. Like I can trust them. Like they're not going to hurt me. They're going to protect me. So like I do think she tries to build some of that of like,
Right.
I can sense this and I'm feeling this, but I do think that could have been teased out a little bit.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, I
Which
feel
would
like
have been
it's
nice.
missing that because the story's good. Like I get the narrative and I like it, but it was just like I wish there was a little bit more of a tease because that's what like the dangerously safe concept. At the end, I fully get it. I'm like, she wants the danger because these three guys are completing her in a way that no one else could. She's thriving for this danger because that's where she's safest. And I was like, yes, title, love it. But early, it was like we got there too fast. Like she was like, I just feel safe with them. And I don't even know their names. And I'm like, like I get it, and like I know where we're going, but I just wish there was a little bit more there.
Yeah, tee it up a little bit more. I think that would have been nice because it would have been. I don't feel like we got to see enough of the dangerous part of Mac, Finn, and Ronan. Like,
Ronan was the only one that was like kind of dangerous towards her.
Yeah, just a little bit. I would have liked that played up a little bit more. And on like, okay, so outside that, the very, very first scene, the next sex scene that we get is Harper watching Ronan jack off in the shower.
This is a theme. This is a theme in Smut.
I appreciate it. It's kind of a hot theme. I'm not gonna lie. Like, there's a little bit like, running into your partner and seeing them beating off.
Fisting themselves.
There's a little bit of like, oh, okay, what you doing? What are you doing over there? What's in your hand? Oh, that's a dick.
And like the other side's like, you like that? Like there's I get the allure.
Yeah. So I like that was a great scene, and then the whole like he makes eye contact with her because I like there's a good that was power, right? Where he's like,
he's like,
you are enjoying this, you're enjoying seeing me in this place, and this is a very powerful position for me to be in. So I think like I felt like she could have built off that. However, like that was a good scene to build Ronan up.
Yeah.
And I think from that did have like a hierarchy over the other two.
Yeah.
The other two guys.
Well, and he kind of pulls away after that too, as her like, I don't know, love interest. Because from the beginning, I feel like Ronan and her were kind of you would assume they were the ones that were gonna be together. Before you know it's going to be a almost reverse harem. And then, but after that scene, he kind of pulls away. He becomes a jerk to her. And like we get an explanation later, like he's trying to protect her and he doesn't, want to express himself in that way. Like there's an explanation, but yeah, I don't know. I just feel like it was a great scene, and then we kind of lose that.
Yeah. Again, another instance of fisting himself where I'm like, does not mean the same thing to me that it means to you and everyone younger. It's like, that's not what fisting is.
I don't know where that came through in Smut. It was like, this is what fisting means.
I know. Honestly, that would be a great one to learn. It'd be like, who was the first romance author that was like
to describe
fisting? This is what fisting is.
I'm fisting my car.
Hats off.
Dude, they took the power back. That's so funny. But yeah, what is the next sex scene after that? I'm trying to remember.
It's with her and Mac. Mac is he's the first one to have sex with her. She leaves to go and get stuff from her apartment. She's like, if I'm gonna be stuck here, I'm gonna go get some stuff from my apartment. She goes and she gets jumped at her apartment. I'm doing air quotes. Jumped at her apartment, and the boys knew she had left and then followed her and saved her. Finn and Ronan take care of that dude. They kill that dude. Again, this is a good they show their brute masculinity,
which I really like because she doesn't pull punches. Like S.R. Clarke doesn't pull punches with their bad guys.
I appreciate that too, because throughout the book too, where they're like, when they have someone, they fucking kill that person. And
they're like, we
thank you.
Yeah. It's great. I like A+ on that part because I feel like I was nervous she was gonna dance with it. Like she'd be like, we didn't kill him because we thought of Harper. They're like, no, this is business, baby.
Yeah, they're like, we beat the shit out of him, then we tickled him a little bit, and then we let him go because,
we found our new
can't do
love.
that.
We can't do that anymore. No, they're like,
I'm in love.
This is the job,
and I no longer kill people. No, that was great because it was like, nope, this dude tried to kill our girl. He's dead, and they killed him. Yeah,
I like
that. Was good. I did love that. I was like, thank you, kill that guy. Male fantasy.
Violence. I love it. This is a good book.
God. Thank you. Funny. Yeah, okay, so that happens. Mac takes Harper back to their place. And that's then where they have this little spicy scene, little angsty scene in the elevator, and then they capitalize on it in the apartment. And that is a good scene. That is actually a pretty hot sex scene between the two of them. And I feel like it is really interesting. Like Mac, Finn, and Ronan each have their own things that they like, their own little like proclivities and their kinks that they're into, which I appreciate. Like that was a good a good way of playing out like different types of relationships. We talked about this in Pucking Around.
Okay, that's what I was gonna say. It's like a completion of a whole. When you have like each has their own trauma that reflects in how they show love.
Yeah, yeah, and this hits that more on the head, more directly on the head. And actually, I really do like it quite a bit. Of like, okay, I'm starting to appreciate this like non-monogamous multi relationship. Not you know, not that I'm delving into that personally, but in this book world, I'm like, okay, I like that. I get what these characters are getting out of it. I really actually appreciate it. I can see it, and I can find value in it. And not that I need to be approving of it, but just from my own personal experience.
Well, I think it shows how well it was written. Like their relationship was written in well because like you understood the value they were getting, and it made total sense to me. In the same way, like not that I'm in that space, but like didn't feel like, oh, this is weird. There was a clear progression and a clear value that was kind of like happening there. And I want to give her props because like I understood it right away.
Yeah.
And I loved the like they like learned to understand each other better through the like multi-partner sex scenes. You could see they were like testing each other at some points, right? Like I think it's Finn that's like calls her a whore, or is it Ronan? Mac doesn't like it. He's the one that doesn't like it.
Yeah, he gets upset. I actually don't remember either. I want to say it's actually Ronan.
Yeah, I think it is Ronan. I think it's Ronan because Finn's more like an aggressor physically, while Mac's the lover. Mac's just the lover.
I do find this to be super interesting because this is where I don't. This is not typical where the boys understand each other at this deep level. Where they keep saying this, I think they say it about Finn of like, oh, he wants to play out this really dark physical side of things, but he's afraid to do it.
Yeah, because he's afraid of this dark side. Yeah.
Yeah, and like taking it too far. And then they're like, oh, but Harper will be able to rein that in and can help him control it. There's this level of understanding of like, oh yeah, I know the deep dark secrets that he's dealing with, and that he's like,
and I do. This is where we stepped into the world of fantasy, because I don't know, and I would love to be proven wrong, but like men are notoriously not talking that much. About how they feel or how they interact, right? Like, do I think a threesome or a foursome could happen between brothers and bros? 100%. But are they like know their deep dark secrets and why they're doing those things? We stepped into the world of fantasy, I think, because we just don't talk to each other in that way. Broad strokes. Is that a positive thing? Absolutely not. I'm not advocating for this, but I'm saying like the deep insight that was good for the story didn't feel like real, authentic to a male character coming from a male perspective. Don't crucify me. But that's the only critique I'd have on that. Because I think like it was almost odd coming from the brother. Like it almost should have been an internal dialogue almost.
Yeah. Yeah. Or an internal dialogue from like the dude, like either Finn himself of like, I'm afraid of this.
That's what I mean. Like it's an internal dialogue of the character doing it. And I'm like, I'm afraid, blah, blah, blah. Like this is my background. This is why. And like, not that this was written for a man, but I think it would have been a little more believable because of that. I do, just a caveat, I liked the way it was built out because we needed that dialogue to understand the sex scene. So it was needed. Yeah. It's funny to think that a brother would know that much about their internal like turmoil when having sex. But
dude, I don't know that much about my brothers. Like, geez, like I feel like
now I'm wondering, like, do I need to start talking about this more?
Yeah, Nettie, you and I after, all right. It's not can't record it, but I cry during sex, Nettie. I don't know what to do with that.
We have to dig deep, unpack.
The next time you and I are about to have a sex with a woman, I need you to know that because when I start crying, it's not a bad thing.
I'm gonna be like, it's beautiful to see him release.
That's him really coming. That's how you know he's coming, because he's crying at the same time. My bro needed this. He needed a release, a double release.
The beautiful double release. One sex scene I do like is when they go to the club that they own. Mac and Finn go to the club, and this one's just like a no holds back, let's get wild. Yeah. It reminded me of the broom closet in Pucking Around a little bit.
A lot of this book reminds me of Pucking Around.
Yes.
Not in a bad way.
Not in a good. It's like a Easter egg kind of way. Yeah. Like where like I've seen this series before. I understand the beats that are coming through.
Yeah.
You had a good one that you noticed.
Yeah, and I don't remember if it's after this club scene, before the club scene, but it is a funny scene of like it's all of them, and I want to say they're in the kitchen, and it's this moment of like congealing, or like the relationship coming together, all of them coming together, and this acceptance of like this is a multifaceted, multi-person relationship. And Harper says to herself, "You're all in, Harp," and I'm like, I remember hearing that in Pucking Around, and in that same kind of scenario, like in the kitchen, and I'm like, hey, this is us committing to each other, that we understand what this is and the dynamics and how hard it is and what like the outside world's going to think, but we're committed. We're all in. I love you. I love you. I love you. We love everybody. Like this is our family. This is our group. Yeah. So it's like, that was, I felt like a callback, a direct callback to Pucking Around.
With both of those scenes, like it's like family being done around the kitchen and food. There's like a meaning, a deep, like almost like a trope in that, which I wonder if it's on purpose or if it just like happened to happen there. But S.R. Clarke, I'd like to know how much was inspired, or how much are these Easter eggs, or are we just reading too much and we see it everywhere?
You're seeing signs where there are no signs.
We're reading tea leaves now. We might have lost the plot, but here's something that I really enjoyed, especially in like the foursome scene, is it's so detailed, but it's a beautiful dance. Because this is something I consider, and I will not comment whether from experience or not, what to do with the bodies while this is happening. Because there's like people standing sometimes, and it's like, when you're reading, it's beautiful. Everything flows. It's like, well, this person comes in, this person comes in. It's like, it's a dance. But in reality, I'm like, what are you like, I can't wait for my turn. Like I want to know more there. Like, cause yeah.
It's funny that you say, because I had that thought in this one of like, what's Ronan doing right now?
Ronan was out of the game for a long time.
He's out of the game for a long time. Okay. All right. So I jumped past the office scene at the club.
Yes.
Because that was a good scene, because that was Mac and Finn, and they have sex with Harper. They do traditional double penetration.
The old DP.
Yeah. This book, they give a lot of traditional single, double, triple penetration.
Yep. I think the technical term is airtight.
It is airtight. Yeah, that was a wild one. When I feel like I within the last year found out what airtight was, and I was like, whoa. It was your mom's house podcast where I was like, what the fuck? And it sent me down a rabbit hole. It sent me down 3 rabbit holes, to be honest, where I was like, dude, this is crazy. And then
it's a journey.
I was like reading all the comments. Sorry, we gotta get me off.
No, but I liked about the office scene is like it made the relationship between Finn and Mac really cool. I thought like this wasn't new to them. Like they've done this before. Is kind of like what feeling that came through, but it was deeper this time, right? Like it was just like, Harper was the missing piece.
Again, kind of like Jake and Caleb.
Yeah,
that's what we got there.
Wow. Man, you got to talk to us, S.R. Clarke. Give us some hints here. I don't know. Because that, like, the relationship, like, Mac and Finn aren't gay or
No. There's not anything like that in
there's no book. Happening. But they do have, like, they have a closer relationship, I feel like.
They have a bond. They have, like, a familial bond. Yeah. I was, like, thinking in my brain of, like deeper than familial, because they're not brothers, but they've become brothers.
I don't think they speak to the age, but, like, Ronan's the older brother, and he seems like he's the patriarch, so he kind of separated himself from the other two. He's running things. He had his own weird relationship with the dad, and these two had, like, different relationships that were, like, Finn was trying to prove himself to his adopted father, and Mac was made into an animal that was just uber violent, and he hates that about himself, right? So, like, I think there is those two kind of clicked in a different way because Ronan was a, like, almost father figure to them.
Yeah, I agree. 100% agree. It is set up that way. Like, it's very nuanced. I feel like that, like those relationships are there, but I like that absolutely does exist. I appreciate that a lot in terms of like the writing and the story.
Yeah. I think that was woven in really well. And it didn't linger. It wasn't like too long of a like world build. You kind of felt all those feelings quickly and through things that were happening throughout the story.
Yeah, it was good. So they have sex in the office. That is actually a pretty hot sex scene. I'm not into a threesome, and still I was like, that's kind of hot. And okay, so then they say something. They say something wild, and I'm like, fuck, dude? Where they're like, we're gonna bring you home to Ronan, and he's gonna see you and smell us on you. He's gonna smell that we've had sex, and he's gonna want you. Yeah. And I'm like, dude, that's fucking wild. It is wild. I appreciate it because I was like, dude, that is like bestial of like alpha. That's like, no, y'all been fucking.
Not without me.
Yeah.
Well, it was kind of like fucking around. Mars had the breeding kink, where like he was like all about a cream pie, and there's a similar kind of beat there where they kind of mentioned that they're like he's gonna smell and see and be like ravenous about you.
Yeah, like I'm not gonna leave you like this. I'm gonna be the one to be the last. Like I'm gonna clear all the other jits out of here. I do think it was pretty funny, and I don't know if Ronan asks her. I can't remember now, but like Mac and Finn both are like, "Are you on something? Are you on the pill, or do I have to wear a condom?" And they're all just wanting to be like, "I want nothing in between us. I want to come inside you," and they're all like vying for that, which I understand. But that was just kind of this funny part of the book where I was like, the fuck, guys.
Are you clean? Yes. Let's do it then. Like, it's such a funny barrier. It's like, this was never going to stop anybody.
No, and there's no reverse either. There's no like she's not like, are you clean? But they do say like they get tested like, all the time. I don't know.
Yeah, we get tested all the
time.
At
the same time, I don't know. It's a weird. I think it's a weird space.
It is. It definitely is. I want to dive into the threesome because before we go into the threesome, it relates to both scenes. She describes anal so nicely. I feel like it's like very like, hey, intense. Like, I got you. Like it's gonna hurt, and it's gonna be great. And like it's like a walkthrough. And I thought it was done well. Like it was tasteful. It was hot still. Like it was done really well.
And yeah, she does it first in that office scene between Mac and Finn, and then towards the end when it's the three of them.
She does a callback. She's like, remember? This is what it's gonna be like.
Yeah, and I'm like, yeah, I do remember. Thank you.
I do remember. Thank you.
You for holding my hand through this. Okay, let's do it.
Airtight.
It actually, she does do a good job of it. Again, she describes all these sex scenes in great detail, which I do appreciate. We didn't ever talk about this in Pen Pal, but I think that was my biggest critique.
It was lacking.
It was like, it was very much so like, we're going to build and build and build, and we're going to do a little bit of this, like, we're going to get into it, and then all of a sudden cut to they had sex, and then you move past it and you're like, yo, what?
Where was all this?
I can't smell anything. What are we doing?
I'm not even sweating yet.
Yeah,
totally. It was just lacking the depth that I expect from Smut.
Yeah, I do. I guess maybe that speaks to us. Now we're like, I want it.
Well, I'm not even embarrassed.
What does it smell like? What does it taste like?
What is this, PG?
Yeah. Well, because
it makes it fun
like that too, where it was like you get to this point and then it was like, okay, we're done.
That was cool. That one, it had little moments. The one I'll always refer to as the confessional scene. That one was the most descriptive, and I was like, whoa, this is getting sexy now.
And that was the longest.
That was like scene. It was. That's the sex scene of the book, and it's just a missed opportunity because there's so many other opportunities to have more and better sex scenes. But this threesome was really good.
Yeah.
And what I liked is Finn, who in the story, in the narrative of the brothers, is not the control guy, but when it comes to the threesome, he's controlling a lot of what's happening.
Mm-hmm.
Like he starts the situation. He like locks her up. Dang, I got so excited I hit my mic. He like locks her up. Like as his legs are holding her legs out. Like he has her hands behind her back. Like he's the rope.
Yeah. Which is, dude, that was wild.
Yeah.
And I was like, fuck, that's crazy.
Dude, I was like, whoa. Yeah, this was a good scene. It was a good scene. Like, I got it. Like, I was like, I get this. I totally get this. Like, it wasn't like it didn't feel like, I did feel like that would be crazy. I was like, I fully get it. I totally get this.
You're like, I wrestled in high school. I know what's going on.
I know what's going on. I've wrestled. We've all greased up and wrestled before.
No, sorry. It was devalued the sex scene by going there, but it was, I was like, oh, okay. I see you. I see you. That was good. I did like
it. It was good. And so this is part of the weirdness though, where it's like, he's doing this. Mac is doing something. Ronan is watching. like just watching. And like, is he fisting himself? Like, I want to know what's going on.
No, they in this. There's like this is an extended sex scene towards the end. Like leading up to this, there's a moment where one of the brothers is like, he says to her like, "You think I don't want to taste you because you're soaked with my brother's cum?" Or like, I'm like, yo, gross. What the fuck? But like they each have this moment with her, like they each hook up with her and like have this really passionate, really intense scene with her, and then they all three then are with her. And like in terms of like making me blush and making me be like, oh, geez, like it was a good build because each one of them has a really passionate scene with her.
Yeah, it was like a crescendo of it all.
Yeah, and you get these little moments of like, oh, you think I'm not gonna eat you out because my brother just came inside you. He's like, bitch, no, I'm going down on you. I'm like, damn, that's gangster.
It was like I was like, I'm proud of you, Mac. Like, it was wild because like, yeah, well done, Mac. Well done. It was really interesting, and it's like, again, the like dance is kind. It's written well because Finn is very like physically domineering. Like he's the one that's like would tie her up and do like more freaky stuff. He likes that, and he likes being called daddy and telling her what to do.
Yeah,
and that she needs that. She needs to be domineered a little bit. She loves it. But Mac is just a big old softy, and he wants to just take care of her every way, in every way, and like it's sexy too in a different way. And then Ronan is just a hard ass. Go ahead.
Ronan is a hard ass. I have written my notes. This is towards the end, and it is broken up by a little bit of time now. I remember as I reread my notes, but like Finn takes Harper back to his room, and it's like the middle of the night, and they walk past Mac, and Mac is like bowl of like popcorn eating popcorn watching TV, and he's like, oh, you're gonna take her back to your room and fuck her, huh? And like it was just such a like, I'm like, dude, that's crazy. And Finn takes her to his room, and then that's the whole like daddy scene where like she really plays it out. And like he is like essentially, my understanding of it was like she is like yelling daddy to him and like fuck me daddy, and I'm like, dude, imagine Mac and Ronan that are like, the fuck is going on, as they're hearing like fuck me daddy, fuck me, and they're like just like Mac sitting there trying to watch TV. He's like and you're like,
It gets brought up because like the other two are like, did you sleep at all? He's like, how fucking could I? This fucking been wild over there all night. I didn't sleep a wink. Like it was so funny. It was so
I appreciated that a ton because I was like, yeah, dude, there's no way that I would have stayed sitting there watching TV. I would have been like, at least would have stuck my head in there and been like, you guys okay? You need someone to hold anyone's hands, or I'm here too. I'm a daddy also.
I'm a daddy too.
Someone call for
I've been
daddy?
known to daddy. It's so funny because so who's the one that they cuddle after? Yeah, they cuddle after this because they're like, hey, we got to go kill some folk.
Yeah, there's intense love between each of them and Harper.
Yeah.
The only thing that I don't see, and like Pucking Around built this up well, up with Mars, was the relationship between the guys.
Yeah,
I know they're brothers and they're tight, but they're like, in no world would I share a woman with my brothers. In no world. And I want something that like, I don't know,
made it like,
brings it together in some way.
I think, because I think I think she tries to explain it in that like Harper is this diamond in the rough that is like so unbelievably beautiful and sweet that all three have to have a piece. And like they're all missing a piece, and like, but there's nothing connecting the three of them. It's just like they're so enamored that they're okay with it.
One of the things that they do talk about is like the peace that she brings and like the happiness and like
that's a good call out.
They can like go from this ultra violent world into this like soft and kind and fun and like carefree world, but it's very fleeting. Like you don't ever see Ronan get to participate in that, and so you don't see him being like, oh shit, like, wow, this is a safe place for me. Like, we don't actually see Mac, Finn, or Ronan have a safe place kind of together and with her,
right?
Which I think would have helped a lot of like this juxtaposition of like a ultra violent world, and then cut to this like,
that's fair,
safe, and I'm far away from all that, and I can finger your butthole and feel my brother's dick through your vaginal wall and be like, hell yeah,
this is what peace feels like.
Pow pow. Like that's okay. That shit was fucking gnarly. It was a tip of the cap to SR Clark on that one, because I feel like with Pucking Around, Dance Around, that a little bit where they talk about like, oh, I could feel you through, like I could feel you. This was like with my fingers, I could feel you through
More
the wall. Like,
tactile.
yeah, I was like, oh, what the snarly.
I was kind of lost in the sauce to where like it didn't pull me out as much.
It didn't pull me out, but I was like, yo.
I'm just surprised where I was like, oh yeah, yep, I get it. But it wasn't like after I thought, I was like, man, that was pretty gnarly scene. Like they're going full wild here. Yeah. No bars. Like it's all out the window.
In one of the scenes, Harper had said something that I was like, okay, that's pretty damn good. She had said this is what turned Harper on, was that she felt like her curvy body, she had a body that makes 3 insanely powerful men drop to their knees. And when she said that about herself and how they were responding to her, I was like, fuck yeah, all right, like that is hot as shit. I fucking love that.
100%. On like a lot of layers for me. Like the curvy, like loving your own curvaceous body is like top tier.
Yeah. Yeah.
That gets me. That works. And comparing it to how she felt earlier in the book also made it feel like, wow, like I am attracted to that idea. But because like at first she was like, I'm so plain and I'm so like you could see right through me. I'm a bookworm. Yeah. And the 3 guys were like, no, like stop talking about yourself like that. And so here she like embodies this view that these 3 men have of her, and she's like, I am this, and I have all these receipts. Read back at these pages, look at the receipts, and she embodies this like, I'm a powerful, beautiful woman that can tame 3 dangerous men. And it's like,
yeah. Whew. And I loved this aspect of it, of like that they found parts, like not, it wasn't parts, like they found all of her body to be incredibly sexual and attractive, and they were into it. And I like this aspect because I do think there's this level that I've always been a little bit afraid of like, I'm gonna be super careful here, but like the ultra feminist movement of like, like being objectified is terrible. I understand what's being said there, but I think there's this other part that then can potentially get missed, where it's like there's levels of objectification that convey a lot about like what you find to be beautiful and attractive and a turn on. And it's like, this was it right here of like, there's everything about your body that I am so turned on by. And then she received that as like, you see me for who, like you see me as I am, and you want what I am. And it was like, fuck, that was good.
And I think it goes back to like what that core statement we've had the whole time, which is like, once you establish safety, all the things that are toxic become almost welcome. And that's the trick that we're all fucking up, which is you're just like, you come out the gate being toxic on accident. Because you're just a fucking weirdo if you do it too early. You have to like create, because like that's what the 3 did. They created the space, they made her feel a certain way, and then they're like, I love every piece of you, and you are an object to me. Super sexy, because she knows where she stands. And that's incredible. And like that's the goal all of us are trying to figure out, is like, how do we create that safety and then do those things? And I think holding both of those spaces is difficult. At least personal perspective is like, I have to try to get to the next phase, because like I'm probably Mac in this story. I'm just like, I just want to take care of you. But you have to figure out how to be the Finn as well.
Like, look, men, boyfriends, husbands, partners, this is like, read the romance novels for this level of understanding of getting into the space of creating safety, sharing, and vulnerability, and then being able to objectify each other at this level then where it's like, you have what I fucking love. And I think then when like your partner, your spouse, your woman, your whatever, your man, your lady, they hear that, it's like they hear it for what it is. And it's powerful.
It's powerful. And I think this is the thing, is like, there's this like old trope, right? That's like, women, do women even like this? It's like, yes, you're all wrong. You're just doing it wrong. Like there's no ceiling to this, like to what, where you can go if you're doing this right. And that's the craziest part of this whole thing, is like, there's probably a way high ceiling that we don't know what it is, because we've not even done the basic stuff right. And that's what's crazy. Is like, the more I read these books, the more I'm like, hey, okay, here's how to get there. And so, and I think what I'm exploring personally myself is like, how do you switch from being Mac to being Finn back and forth? And that's what I'm trying to learn myself. Because like, I think I'm naturally Mac, and I think most of us are probably naturally Mac. And what I mean by that is, we are here to take care of a partner. We want to be like this masculine protector. and we want to be nice. And that's good start to safety, but it's not all of safety. I think the next layer is Finn, which is like control and confidence in yourself and what you want.
It's also, though, Finn is also revealing some vulnerable sides of himself that he's afraid of.
Yes. Way good point. Way good point is that like control and confidence is only balanced by vulnerability. And that's why it's safe.
Yeah.
Powerful.
Yeah.
Dang.
Yeah.
That's good. That's good stuff.
I love it.
Bringing in the heat.
Another piece. Okay. One of the things that I really loved is that Harper, in this is a super meta moment where she pulls out and is reading her own smutty books. Like she's reading a dark romance novel.
Yeah.
And like she's kind of like addressing and talking about some of those same elements and like how like she's very turned on by it. And she even talks about towards the very end of like exploring some of these concepts and it not being like weird that you're, wanting, what is exactly happening or like what's happening word for word in the romance, but that's like the exploration is sexy. And I actually kind of wish that she had expanded on that a little bit more, because she starts to talk about it in a way that I'm like, yes, say more here, because I think men need to hear this. Men need to hear like the fantasy, exploring this fantasy and these things that are on the surface a little scary. Like maybe it's a rape fantasy, or maybe it's a three men and one woman fantasy, but it's like the exploration of it is normal and safe, or like is okay. I don't know. I'm using bad language for it, but she had done such a good job describing that I was like, do more here, because I think you could get a larger audience by exploring this.
I didn't pick up on it that way, which is great. I like what you're saying, is because we've talked about this in the fact that like for a male coming into the space, this type of exploration feels bizarre. It feels dangerous and almost like a third rail we shouldn't touch or talk about. What we're learning, and what she does in a meta way, is no, this is how we explore ourselves, through exploring kind of maybe radical or far out ideas. And that allows us to explore who we are and how we feel about things. It's super fair. And I think it needs to be teased out more and more, like you're saying.
Yeah. It's almost this like touching on this idea of like, men explore violence in the same way of like, you don't necessarily want to kill someone, but you like this exploration of like, I want to protect someone and I care about someone so deeply. And I would go to whatever ends I would have to do that. It's this exploration of like, what is the space? Why do I like some of these things? I don't want to kill someone, but I could kill someone. Or maybe I kind of like the idea that I'm that aggressive. Yeah. And I think there's it's like sexual side too, where it's like, I don't necessarily want to fuck 3 guys, but the idea that 3 guys want me so badly that they can't control themselves, that like, oh, that's really hot. I like that. I want to be desired at that.
Yes. It's desire at its like fullest, like all turned all the way up. Like these guys can't control themselves. They're changing their whole lives for you, this woman. And the parallel, like just echoing you, the parallel in the male side is often violence. Like I want to experience power. I think it's power is what we're looking for. And power through violence is like the most direct visual way to kind of exert it. And so we love reading or watching or whatever, form of entertainment you subscribe to, that being explored in fantastical extreme ways. And this is the same thing. You're exploring your sexuality and desire. So it's probably desire more than sexuality even. You're exploring what desire is, both being desired and desiring through these somewhat extreme situations.
Yeah. Here's a good example of that. I can't remember which guy it was. It might have been Finn or Ronan, but is at towards the very end. And he says he fucked her mouth with purpose. And I was like, in my head, I was like, okay. Like it's this level of like intensity that I think key like locked into that side of my brain where I was like, I get that, that's fucking crazy.
And like that, I was it not Mac? Because when there was all 3, maybe I think Mac was
towards the end.
I'm not meant to be correct, but like it's just like pinged to memory, and like Mac was the last one in the airtight situation.
Yeah, okay, I think you're right. It is.
This scene is locked in. And but what I really liked, I kind of took not a different read, but like maybe a slightly different read on that, is like when I saw that, like I'm doing this with purpose, like kind of perked up thoughts in my mind where I'm like, wow, like that is a part of desire here, like to do everything with like purpose and fervor. Like this isn't like, no one in any of the scenes was just showing up. like they had a drive and they had this like end goal that was past the situation, and that was the like power behind it. And I don't think I always show up that way. I'm going to try to show up that way more often, but I think that's something that I took away from the book, where I was like, oh wow, like I almost have to shoot past the moment so that I could be like driven and have purpose the whole time.
Yeah.
I'm being a little cryptic there, but I think I think you're picking up what I'm putting down.
Yeah. No, I think you're doing a great job. And it made me think of this, of like, when we talk about work and we talk about enjoyment of work, and we talk about like finding your purpose, right? Like your purpose then gives you this.
Don't
like,
love your job your love. Have you seen
that? You know where I'm going. So, but no, that is actually kind of where I'm going, of like, you're doing it with purpose. You're doing it with like, there's like something behind it that is more than just desire. It's like, dude, it's driving you at this level of like need.
Don't fuck your love. Love your fuck.
Bro, that's powerful.
Are you guys listening? Can you guys hear me?
Hello.
But no, I like, it was pretty novel to me. Like I never thought about it in this way, where like it's that parallel of work is really good, actually. Like you never work a day in your life. Oh my God.
If you're fucking someone you love.
If you're fucking someone you love, you're never working a day in your life. And that, I live by that. I'll get that. And I've always said that. That's how I'm going to end it with. You never work a day in your life if you're fucking someone you love. And I've always said that.
Though. Honestly, it's beautiful.
But let's reel it back in, because that was fucking hilarious. the act of sex, the act of fucking, whatever you want to call it, can become work, and often does. In a long relationship, often does. And you have to refine the love of the work. Love the work.
Yeah. Well, I think that is what's happening between men and women, right? And like, unfortunately, men most often shy away from the work, because they have the easier job, where it's like you could very easily come and then be done, and
you
then
can
it's like,
pump and dump.
The work is done. Let's get out of here. And it's like, no, bro, the work isn't done. Like, we've just started the work. And that, like, if you're fucking someone you love, you never work a day in your life.
I've always said that.
It is so good.
You're going through motions. And Mac, when he says that, he's like, I'm not going through the motions here. Like, this is with purpose and drive. And I'm like, fuck yeah, that's sick. I want to do that. I want to approach every situation that way.
Yeah. No, 100%. I'm 100% with you. You've converted me to what you've always said. And
I've always said that. I don't know why that popped in my head, but I'm now going to say that all the time.
It's done. It's a done deal.
It's done. It's been coined. It's been canonized. Here's totally left field. Turn the combo. Part of the story is their mom might be betraying them. And
I liked that.
It was beautiful. I felt almost teary-eyed when the mom's like, I would never do that to you, and your dad actually is abusing me. And they're like, fuck, we knew we should have been there. And like, it's just like super protective. Like, our mom, we have like, fuck our dad, and like, we're banding together to protect the women of our lives. And like, I was like I probably shed a single tear, because I was like, this is so beautiful.
I think without knowing it, she hit on potentially like a very, very powerful non-sexual male fantasy.
Yes, 100%.
And then that's like, not that we want our fathers to be problematic or evil or anything, but this idea of protection and safety, and like being someone to take care of things and to be like a creator of safety.
Yeah.
That was this moment of like recognition, and then being like, oh my God, it doesn't matter that he's doing this to me right now. Like that he's betraying me, because I now understand and realize he's betraying you, my mother, and that's more important to me right now. I think that's a beautiful and very powerful
100%.
conflict to go through. It's an intense conflict, and not a normal one. And again, that isn't the fantasy, isn't the mother-father issues, but this idea of like the gravity of that situation, and wanting to protect against that level of betrayal and
100%. And I think it's
danger.
It comes through on like the two women I love in my life, right? It's like their newly found, muse is actively being sought after by not just her enemy, but their father. Like, they already understand this to some extent. And then the other layer is now it's happening to their mother as well. And I thought it was this like you, exactly what you described, this like totalitarian, this total encompassing of like, I will protect this at all costs. And these are the most important things to me. And I thought that was a really cool way of doing that. And again, at the end, this is towards the end of the book, the story gets like, it starts building really fast, and I'm bought in way more than like 50% of the book earlier.
Yeah. I do think I'm going to get super deep on you right now, but I do think there's this arc that men go through where at some point in your life you have to kind of like shrug off the paternal influence in your life to establish your own, like, I don't know,
It's
your
a
own
coming of
kingdom, your
age
own
tale.
like it is like becoming who you are. And I'm not saying that it necessarily is this conflict or like you are at odds with your father, but I think there is this moment where you have to like kind of distance yourself and establish yourself as your own man, as your own, like as this own paternal, like masculine figure. And like we got elements of that here.
Yeah.
And
I
I
totally
saw that,
agree.
and it's a powerful
Yes.
metamorphosis of a male character.
It's like the classic, and I didn't tie that together until you said it. It's like the coming of age tale, and it's like you have to, like, it's like almost Oedipus, right? In a funny way. It's like you have to kill your father and love your mother. And like that's the narrative of like becoming a man. Like obviously it's not innately sexual. It's like a power thing.
No, I mean, like a very simplistic view of it is like the Lion King, right?
Yes,
And because it's like you're not killing your own father. Simba's not killing his own father, but it is a taking, like your father's role is being removed and taken away, and you are faced with it, and you have to
space.
overcome it and occupy that space. Yeah.
Yeah. No, it's cool. I didn't even realize that the book got deep there. Man, it's getting close to a 6 SR Clark now that we're talking about it. You just peel back the layers of this onion. Dang.
It's making you cry, baby.
It did like that. I will give her full props on that scene. I was like, I love this. This is so good. So wanted to pull that in before we moved on. But
yeah, I agree with you, because it was in that scene that I was like, I wish there was more build up to this, or like I wanted more nuance with Mac and Finn and Ronan ahead of that, which would have made it more impactful and intense. And it would have been like, because there's a good like level of like, you don't know what's going on and who is betraying who, and it starts to unfold. And I do think it's common with every man and boys. You want your father to be proud of you, and you want to impress your father. And this is the scenario of realizing that my father's the bad guy.
And Finn embodied that literally.
Yeah.
Right? Like,
yeah. And like then coming to grips with this idea of, oh, impressing my father means I would become someone I don't want to be. It's the man I don't think is a good man. And that's a complicated and powerful like evolution, I think, to go through. I think wild to see this in a romance novel.
Yeah. And that's what I'm enjoying about reading these books is this stuff that's mixed into the smut. And I think that's like the most poignant critique would be pull it throughout the whole story. And then I would have like been hooked the whole time, because she brought in so much narrative and so much story just right at that last probably 25% of the book. And that's when the book got great. And that's why I really want to read the second one, because I was like, maybe it just continues this last 25%. And then the second book's probably going to be one of my favorites if it's similar to that last one, because she writes well. I think she had a good narrative and she had the story in her head. But that first 75%, I just felt like, man, like we're just going through some motions to tell a story, and then we hit and it all waterfalls out, which, yeah, that'd be my feedback.
I'm going to throw a little wrench in that and say,
do it.
That I think this is what the power of like reading books with friends and other people is. The author may not have ever even meant for this, recognize this. And like in my read through of it, I didn't hit on all the things that you did, and like talking about it with you, we have like the story has evolved.
I like the book more after this conversation.
100%. Yeah. But I think that's a beautiful thing, right? It's like that's part of what is super fun with reading it with other people, is that then in talking about it, right? And then being like, I saw this, and then you saw that, and I felt his dick through her vaginal wall. That is so. The book evolves in a way where it's more like it's living, I think. And the beautiful thing is creating something that is living like that can take on some of its own personality and grow beyond, like past where it started. I think that is greater the mark.
Than the parts.
Yeah. It's like that's the mark of something that is that's the mark of art that I think is incredible, where you as the artist create it, and then it evolves and grows. You have to just like
let it be its own animal, right? Like,
let it go. It's
beautiful.
Point.
Yeah. And that's why I was like, props to SR Clark, props to her, because she volunteered it and was like, look at this. And that's scary, I feel like. And I think it's exactly what you said, because once you put it out there, it's like now it's its own animal and everyone will interpret it how they want to.
Yeah. Honestly, I was scared about doing these episodes, even though I love doing this with you and it's super fun and I could do this and never put it out. And I think, or not, I think, but there's a moment where before we really had posted anything, that I was super afraid of how people would receive it, how it would exist on the internet and grow and evolve and change outside of what I meant it to be or what we meant it to be.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more. I think we talked about it a little bit. It's like you're putting it out, and like, is everyone going to interpret this as negative or as unwanted? And luckily, it's been the opposite. I would say it's been a nice reception so far.
Incredibly so, which I like. I was just DMing with someone where I was like, I'm so shocked that women especially have received it so well and are so inviting and wanting to know more about what we think. I really appreciate it. And I approach it with such like this, it's like sacred to me of like, all right, I want to be super careful what I say because I highly value being able to be here in this space.
Agreed. I think that's what's cool about this exploration is that it's not a space that we necessarily belong, but it's been super inviting and super illuminating along the way. And that's powerful. It's been like a powerful experience. And like, thanks to everyone, like the authors, the community, like it's really cool to be a part of it.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree. All right. Well, thank you to S.R. Clarke. Appreciate you reaching out to us and wanting to have us read your book. I'm sure that's a scary experience in its own.
Yeah.
Like, here you go. Here you go, guys. Read this, critique it, and create some content and put it out without me being able to say anything. That's some scary stuff.
It's all love from us. Like that was like, thank you so much for writing this book. Like we enjoyed it. It was a super fun read.
Yeah. Yeah. I think it's super fair to say that you and I both have this romantic idea of writing books and writing things. And especially like at this level, like it's impressive. It's not easy to put a whole story together like this and to put it out in the world and then be like, all right, everyone tell me what you think.
Yeah. Yeah. And great title. I know I said that already, but I thought it was great.
Yep. All right. Well, next time, signing off.
See you guys later.